Happy Saturday, everyone. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday.
She been waiting to do that,
Happy
y'all. What's up, everybody?
Saturday.
Happy Saturday. Listen, she been waiting to do that, y'all.
You know what? We might just go ahead and dive into it because this week
Mm-hmm.
it's been favor all week because our topic today is unexpected situations.
Yeah.
I think I shot you a text, was it 6:30? I gave you 10 things on how I was feeling
You
for the
gave me
week.
20 things.
Okay,
And
20
you was
things.
like, we talking about one of these, but the Lord had already given me unexpected situations. And when I looked at that, the word unexpected situations, the U and the S, that means us. This is
Mhm.
things that happen
Mhm.
to us,
Mhm.
things that we're not normally expecting to happen. And
Mhm.
so I was like, man, that's true. And, we usually straight. That's another US, right?
Mhm.
So we're usually straight, but when things happen, what do you do? And so for me, I
Mhm.
am so glad that I have a relationship with the Lord
Mhm.
so I don't fly off the handle
Mhm.
because I could. But when things
So
happen,
what do you do?
even
You
this
take it.
week,
You count to
in this
10,
in
count to
this
20,
week,
or you
I've
go in
had.
prayer mode. Wait
Well,
a minute. Hold
well,
on.
let me tell
No,
you.
let me ask you.
Let
Let me
me
ask you.
explain. Okay, go ahead.
So what do? You go in prayer mode. You count to 10. What do you do?
So this week, I was very prayerful.
Mhm.
I didn't have to count to 10, but I've had situations where I had to pause, count before I spoke. Because it's important that when situations happen, that you don't fly off the handle and say things or do things that you cannot either take back or change. So for me,
Mm.
prayer was the key this week.
Mm. I think the prayer should be the key in any situation because I'm gonna bring it back to the car business. When the unexpected situations happen, these are things like when you are driving your car and you
Mm-hmm.
think that you are in control because you're behind the wheel, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's why our show is called "Be in the Driver's Seat" because we believe in putting you in the driver's seat for whatever you do, no matter
Yeah,
what it is,
absolutely.
right? But unexpected situation in the car business means that things may happen.
Oh yeah.
If you get into a car accident,
Mm-hmm.
those are unexpected situations.
Mm-hmm.
You think because you're in that car, you got control of that car, you know where you're gonna go, but you're gonna go right, you're gonna go left, you're gonna straight. You think you're all good.
Mm-hmm.
Unexpected situations is when somebody come out of nowhere and hit you,
Yeah,
and something happens to
unexpectedly.
your car,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Unexpected.
Yeah, and so even like as the therapist, right? Sometimes I encounter people that they're in therapy, things are going well,
Mhm.
and then something will happen.
Mhm.
Someone may pass,
Mhm.
they may lose their job, they may go through a divorce. So unexpected life situations are going to
Mhm.
happen, and so when they do, what do you do? So you have
Mhm.
to draw from some tools that you learn while you're in therapy. But what if you're not in therapy?
Mhm.
So and something is happening. So you need accountability partners. You need people around you that can help you, make you see things, not make you, but help you to see things differently.
So let's talk about that.
Hmm.
When things happen, unexpected situations happen, do your where's your support system? Where are
Yeah.
the people that need you, that you need?
Yeah.
Are they calling? Are they texting? Are you good? Do you need anything?
Hmm.
Because this week was a very unexpected situation, and it being that is, I had my support team, my people, right?
Hmm.
Even
Hmm.
at work, you know,
Hmm.
and yesterday at work, everybody showed up for me.
That's
Customers
good.
showed up for me. One yesterday was one of my best days actually this year in the car business. You know why?
Oh,
Unex- uh,
congratulations.
and the reason I say is because unexpected situations happen over here, but when I come to my work life, it just went here. So I
Yeah.
went from here to here, and by the end of the day, I was on level ground with each other
Yeah.
without going into too much detail.
Isn't that like God though? That even when things are happening to us and around us, He still shows up and reminds us that He's with us, no matter what we go through.
Sometimes God gotta tap you on the shoulder and be like, "Hello, you still here? What's
Yeah.
going on?"
Well, when you got relationship with him, he don't really have to
Ooh, Lord have
shake you
mercy. Okay.
into
Ooh, that
or
was a little
tap you.
shade
But
there.
I do want
Okay.
to go back. I do want to go
Wait a
back
minute.
to
Wait.
what.
Wait. 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 I got a relationship with the
I
Lord.
ain't trying to say
I
you
got a
don't.
relationship with the Lord, but
I ain't trying
sometimes
to
he
say you
gotta
don't.
tap you on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, did you forget how far I brought you in life?
Come on.
Did he forget? Did you
Listen.
forget you are where you are because of me?
That's good.
Right?
That's good. Yeah, but do the Lord have to tap you, or do your mind just go back when you think about
Listen, my mind had to go back.
Okay,
Like,
there
what did you
we
forget?
is.
That's
There
the
we
right
go.
word.
Your
That's
mind
that
went back.
therapist
Yeah,
in you right
yeah.
there.
Because if he got to tap you, that means somewhere along the line you forgot. You haven't given him no praise and glory and thanks. But I want to go back though. So you talk about
No, you're
so
gonna make me say this. You're gonna make me say this. Because every time I wake up in the morning, I thank God for being able to wake up, to breathe, to be in my own house, and to be able
yeah.
to get out my
Come
bed.
on,
Because you know how
thankful.
many people can't get out their bed?
Listen.
Unexpected
Let
situations.
me tell you something. People just like you and I walk out our homes every day and think their whole lives change.
Yeah,
And sometimes we take things for granted.
yeah,
There are people in the world right now that don't have clean running water,
right.
but we do.
Yeah.
There are people who don't have choices, but we do. We got so many choices that we get to choose what we gonna wear every day. Some people only got one outfit.
And then we can choose what we're gonna eat.
Yeah, some people don't even know what they're going to eat. So for that, I'm thankful. In all things, I give God glory because it could be worse.
Well,
Things
amen.
could be different.
Amen.
But I wanted to
Amen.
pick back up, like you were saying, how you asked, "Where's your support system?"
Yeah, where's your
But what
support
I've
system?
learned is that sometimes when you are the one that's always supporting others, and when it's time for you to be supported, you find out who is really in your
You
corner.
do.
Because
Amen. You do.
especially if you were
You do.
born to be the
You
encourager,
do.
if you were the one who were always lifting people
You
up,
do.
when stuff
Mhm.
happened to you, you find out who really in your corner.
True.
Yeah,
Facts. Facts.
yeah.
Facts.
So
Unexpected situations.
yeah,
Unexpected situations.
yeah, and situations are gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's the thing
Out of
in
your
this life,
control.
out of your control. In this life, there are gonna be trials and tribulations. There's gonna be situations to come up, but you need to know what to do when it happens.
What do you do? Who can you call besides what's that? What's that song?
What?
What's that song? Maybe that was in Santee's time. Or no.
Okay, I don't know
Uh
what you talking
you can
about.
call
Tyrone.
Tyrone.
Oh, she tried to say, Erica Badu, you better call
You
Tyrone.
can call
Listen, you better call
Tyrone.
the Lord. Come on, somebody. When it's an issue or a problem, you better learn these 5 letters real
The
quick. Come
Lord,
on, Jesus. Come
Lord,
on, Jesus.
Lord. That's
That's
four
four. That's
words.
the Lord, but
So
Jesus.
say it
When there's a
again.
problem, because there's something about Jesus that change situations. So we thank God
Oh
this
Jesus.
morning.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
I remember younger being in church when I growing up being in church, and I would hear people at church. They would say Jesus. I'm like, why are they hollering Jesus?
Because that's the name that's
That's the only
above all
right.
names.
That's the name they need to call right
Yeah,
now
that's
because
the
they need him.
name that's above all names. That is biblical. There is no name higher in heaven or in earth
Amen.
than the name
Amen.
Jesus.
You preaching this morning?
No, I ain't preaching. I'm just
You
speaking
what? You
facts.
speaking
I'm
in
speaking
existence,
facts.
right?
That's facts. That's the name that I depend on. So
So are we
when
gonna get into our current events real quick?
yeah, let's get
Yeah, we
it.
got our current events going
That
on.
was my current event though.
Well, that okay.
That was my current event. But
Okay.
yeah, let's get into our current event. So today, I'm excited. Today, we are having our grief conference. Healing Hearts is having a grief conference at the River New Wine Glory Church in I was finna say in Lake Orion, in Livonia, Michigan. That is today, everybody. It's from 12 noon to 3. The address, you see it on the video screen here, but it's 17235 Middle Belt Road in Livonia. That's taking place today. Listen, this is a free event. I know it may be too late to register, but come get in the room. You will understand the stages of grief. You will learn some coping strategies and emotional wellness, and also we'll show you how to turn your pain into purpose. So come on out today from 12 to 3 at the New Wine Glory River Church at 17235 Middle Belt Road in Livonia.
And if anybody didn't know, on that picture right there to the right in the white shirt, that is Dr. T.
That
That's
is,
her famous picture.
listen,
I've tried to change it a
she
couple of
not.
times. She was like, no. I was like, let's get a new no.
Well, let me tell y'all something. I've been wearing the same hairstyle for 20 some years. What difference do it make what
Nah,
what
no, I
you
ain't gonna
do?
do with it because I saw something 10 years ago and I said, my God, I've been wearing the same hairstyle. Just
Yeah.
take it just moving one out,
But
and
that's
moving another one out.
that's just a clean, crisp picture. You can just when you look at it, it
moving
just
one
looks
out,
good.
moving one out, and
Oh,
moving another one out. So our next event that's happening on June 7th is Dancing Under the Stars. It is a fundraiser for Pontiac Mills Wills Foundation. Anybody know the Queen? They know the Pontiac Mills and Wills Foundation is a big part of my heart, big part of my life. we're having our Dancing Under the Stars at Sunset Island, located at 7 North Saginaw Street, Pontiac, Michigan. Is from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m. Tickets are $75. Remember this. This is a fundraiser. You know, there's a lot of individuals. Well, we're all going to be a senior one day if you're still living, and you never know when you might need help. And the Meals on Wheels organization, well, foundation, does a lot of things actually behind the scenes for the seniors. So shout out to Mama Rosa Randolph, who actually is at the helm of that, and shout out to them. They do a lot of great things for the seniors in the community. So again, Dancing Under the Stars is at Sunset Island. If anybody don't know where Sunset Island is, it's located 7 North Saginaw Street, Saturday, June 7th from 7 p.m. to 12 a.m.
Yes.
Trophies also be awarded to the winners, and it is cocktail attire.
Yeah, well, I'm excited about that. So let's jump back on into May. We have a Mother's Day extravaganza. This is a yearly event that the Detroit Temple Salvation Army and Pathway of Hope have. I'm so excited because I'm a part of the Pathway of Hope program, and we're having a Mother's Day, a pre-Mother's Day extravaganza. That is on Friday. So this says April the 25th, guys, but this is May. You have to RSVP by Friday, April the 25th, which just happened, right? But I want you to know if you still want to come, you can RSVP by Tuesday of next week. This event is taking place on May the 8th. That's Thursday, May 8th from 12 to 3 p.m. The address is 3729 West Chicago Boulevard in Detroit, Michigan. You want to get in the room. The cost for the vendors is $20. If you want to be a vendor, you can call and see if there's a spot left for you. But if you want to come and participate, that price is only $10. It's going to be an amazing event. You're going to have some delicious food, and you'll be able to witness a fashion show and a lot of things that's happening that day. Come on out and support.
Come on out and support. Our last event that actually is happening tomorrow. It is sponsored by our own DJ Cuddy. It is Rip the One Way Fashion Show. Sunday, April 27th. This is her I believe it's her 6th year doing this. Doors open at 3:30. Show starts at 4. If you know DJ Cuddy, you know how she roll. You know what she does. She always bring the community together, and I'm excited about this. But you know, I didn't get that invite that I was waiting on, and you know, I don't know. Maybe next year I'll get that invite.
Maybe she'll hook you up. I'm excited too because I know Marika Rouser will be displaying some of her fashion.
Oh,
so
really?
This is going to be a great event. So shout out to DJ Cuddy.
Shout out
this
to
is
her.
a great event that you're bringing to the city.
Well, you know what? When you're born to win, you're always winning. And DJ Cuddy does a lot of great events around town. So, and then she's also a DJ. She wears multiple hats. So, yeah.
So shout out to my classmate. All right.
Wait, who's your classmate?
DJ Cuddy.
Oh, y'all in the same age bracket?
Good morning. Listen, so
y'all-
we need to take a
y'all in
break
the same
right quick.
age bracket?
See, she all in my business, y'all. We need to take a break, and we'll be right back with Kathy Washington. Master Baker Sierra Crudup, owner of Delicious Sweets Bake Shop and Craven Cookies, located at 203 South Washington Street in Saginaw, Michigan, inside of the SVRC Marketplace. If you're looking for delicious sweets, this is the place to stop in. They specialize in homemade desserts and one-of-a-kind custom cakes. They can be reached at 248-836-8080 or dsibakeshop.com.
Hey, Metro Detroit, it's me, Tune Up Man, along with Joe Longhammer and Regina, the queen of car loans at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet in Waterford.
If I'm looking for a new car and I have $500, Regina, what can you do for me?
I'll take your $500 and turn it into $1,000.
But there's a catch, right?
That's right. I can only handle 25 of these deals each month.
Hurry before those 25 deals are gone.
Call or text 248-266-9875. I'll get you approved.
Hey, Metro Detroit, it's me, Tune Up Man, along with Joe Longhammer and Regina, the queen of car loans at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet in Waterford.
If I'm looking for a new car and I have $500, Regina, what can you do for me?
I'll take your $500 and turn it into $1,000.
But there's a catch, right?
That's right. I can only handle 25 of these deals each month.
Hurry before those 25 deals are gone.
Call or text 248-266-9875. I'll get you approved.
So we're back, and we're with Kathy Washington, our financial coach, Dr. Kathy Washington, all the way out of Atlanta, Florida, that joins us every
Florida?
month.
When
Oh,
Atlanta
did I say
turn
Atlanta, Florida?
I think she meant Atlanta, Georgia.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Kathy.
How
So
you
glad to
doing?
have you on this morning.
I'm glad to be excited to be here.
So I think Kathy has we can't hear her audio,
Yeah.
but I think Kathy has a birthday coming up.
Oh, okay. Kathy, when's your birthday?
It's today.
What? Happy
See?
birthday. Happy birthday. What a great day to start off giving God glory and guess what? Talking about what you love to do. This is amazing this morning.
I'm so grateful
I
today.
might start singing to you, but I won't do that for you. I won't do that to you this morning. But happy birthday.
Look at
And-
me, Kathy.
Look, happy birthday, and we hope that you have a great day.
Yeah, amazing.
But let's go ahead and get into this, Dr. T.
I'm
and
excited.
Kathy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So-
excited to you all this morning. A couple of things that I want to talk about really quickly because I feel like it's important for our listeners to hear and to know these critical tips that I'm going to drop today. I know I mentioned that I wanted to talk about the medical debt, right? That
Mhm.
happens where you literally should see your medical debt being removed from the credit report. That's a very positive thing. So hopefully, individuals, if you have medical bills that's on your credit report right now, if you have not seen that removed, you need to contact credit bureaus and put in. Make sure, as a matter of fact, contact me so we can start some disputes for you. But that's one critical thing that happened. Hear me well?
Yeah, so you're saying that individuals that have medical bills, they're automatically removing them from their credit report?
Yes. That was a bill that was passed, and it went into effect in March of this year. And I just really want to make sure our listeners know that if you have medical debt, bills, collection, anything that has hit your credit report, it should no longer be reporting to your credit report.
Mm.
So that should be a big shout out to people that have 3,000 or well, no, people that have. I've seen people that have $50,000 or $60,000 worth of medical bills on their credit report, and that actually helped bring their score down. So
That's right.
so automatically the credit bureaus are stepping in and just removing their medical debt. They're taking time out, or do they have to get it disputed to get it off?
Mm.
It was a new rule that was passed by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau that they were moved all the medical bills from consumers' credit reports. So they were no longer be considered as a reliable reference if someone's trying to get a mortgage, someone's trying to get a car, someone's trying to get into even an apartment. That should not be something that is that they should rely on. So that means that the credit bureaus have to remove it from your credit report, and that could be for some people, Regina, that could be at least a 20-point increase, depending on how much debt they have.
Wow.
Yeah.
20-point increase. That's really good. So, Kathy, I know you told us in the past, how often should people be pulling their credit reports so that they can look and review, actually what's on them, and then even disputing? How do you know what you can dispute?
Absolutely. Well, I would definitely say that, you should. I'm always an advocate for, taking a look at what's on my report. Most people wait, Dr. T, until they're ready to buy something. And that's too
Mhm.
Yes, they do.
have an opportunity to react. You don't have an opportunity to dispute. You don't have an opportunity to do anything. But now you're in the point at the point where you need that credit and you don't
Mhm.
do it. So I encourage everybody at a minimum. I do it myself every month. I'm on top of it because I want to know what's going on. But for most people, they don't think about it that frequently. I'm in this space, so I'm always thinking about it. But I would encourage you, do the once a year. I encourage you, be an advocate for yourself. Quarterly is a good to look at it as well. At least you know what's going on over the quarter and what has been reported. So I
Mhm.
encourage you can always do the annualreport.com to get a free report. If you want to get some sort of consultation, you can certainly connect with me. I'll be happy to help you with that.
So I think a
So
lot of
wait,
times,
wait, wait, Regina. I wanted to ask again
mhm.
about like the disputing piece, the second piece. Like, so how do you know when to dispute something? Like, if you're not really sure, and if something has been on your credit report for a long period of time, how do you know when it's time to dispute or what to do?
Great question. It's a great question, Dr. T. I would definitely encourage people that, you have something that is obsolete, you have something that is erroneous, you have something that should not be on your report, absolutely dispute it. You have something that should have been removed from your report for people that have filed bankruptcies or they've done some things. They're not going to automatically trust and believe. They're not going to automatically just remove those things.
Okay.
You have to, so want to encourage you to do that.
So should things just immediately fall off though? Like, so how long can things stay on your credit report?
It just varies depending on the situation and what's going on.
Mhm.
It whether or not it's bankruptcy, whether or not it's a lien, it all varies. So I can't give you a concrete. There's 7 years for some situations, but it varies. But that's why I'm always telling people be an advocate for yourself. Make sure you know what's on your report. Make sure you know before you need the credit what's going on. And you can certainly reach out. We've helped a ton of people, remove negative items from their credit report. I
Well,
definitely
well,
guys about that, but there's something more urgent that I have got to get out to the people. There's something that's happening as early as next week. If you are not into it, you could be gravely impacted. If you all would just segue into that, I just don't want to miss this opportunity to tell individuals that if you have student loans, and a lot of us do, student loans that is actually in default, meaning you haven't paid in over a year. Uh, this administration that we have in place has pretty much put in effect that they're going to aggressively start to collect on those student loans. Meaning, if you have a student loan that hasn't been paid, you're in default, hasn't been paid in over a year, you need to be contacting whoever serviced your loan, contact, Department of Education. You got to be contacting somebody because guess what? If you don't, by next week, May 5th, they can start putting a lien on your account. They can garnish your wages. They can keep your IRS on, and they can take your Social Security benefits. So
Mm,
I didn't want to miss
whoa, whoa, whoa. You said they could take their Social Security benefits?
Social
mm,
Security. They're going to agree start um, collecting on these students. So
mm,
what people can do about this is go ahead and reach out. Call you. You you've probably gotten some kind of documentation. You've gotten something that you can reach out to the company that's servicing your loan and
mhm,
sort of arrangement. Make an arrangement. Just had a client who had it happen, and it's not even May 5th. It happened to
mhm.
him yesterday. He
Wow.
went
What happened to them?
actually went to take money out of his account and found out the bank had been told to put a lien on his resources. He could
Mm,
not withdraw it until he called his student to set up
wow.
something. So that I wanted to segue into that. I didn't get a chance
Mm,
to talk, but I felt that it was important that people know because a lot of us, how many of us have student loans?
mhm,
How
mhm.
from clients who are saying, "Can you help me with my student loan?" Now that doesn't mean because they are now collecting and they're going to, you know, come after you for your inability to pay or whatever the situation is. What it means is you need to be active and reach out, get the phone, call them, do something. This is a time to do something. This week right here coming up, do something. Do not allow them to just take money out of your
Mhm.
Mm.
Well,
Lord Jesus.
I think that well, everyone knows that the world is changing right now, so we have to be proactive when things happen. You know, we know that even I'm in the automobile business, and we know that the tariffs. I mean, even in the automobile business, we have to believe it's July 10th, where you know Trump is going to make some decisions about really what's going to happen. We already were prepared to happen, and what everybody didn't even think about, even the automobile business when it comes to tariffs, is that you need to get your car right now. You know, if you're looking to get a car, you know, you need to get your car right now because it's going to go back to COVID time. You know, I had a couple people come in yesterday to the dealership, and it's like, I want this car, I want that car. We don't have that many new cars. We have what we have. We have more EVs on the lot. So I'm saying this because times are changing. We have to be more proactive now and not wait.
That was good information, Kathy.
Yes, it's so important. People that are 60 to 90 days, you know, even those types of situations, go ahead and call, try to make some sort of arrangement. They will, you know, they'll work with you. Um, you haven't paid on your loans in a whole year, and it's 270 days have passed. 270 days. The government says you have now defaulted on your loans.
Mm.
60 days, you're full blown default. So you
Mm.
definitely make sure that you are reaching out and doing those proactive things to not allow any of these negative things to adversely. Because can you imagine? In fact, I've had this happen to two clients. One from an IRS perspective, she just didn't get a refund and couldn't figure out why she didn't get her $6,000. She was playing on that money. She was making sure, you know, some things got taken care of. That money didn't because of her student loan.
Well, they've been taking people's taxes for years for different things that they owe.
Yeah, but that's
I
a
just
lot.
Yeah,
$6,000
yeah.
is a lot.
Because she had already planned everything out and everything
Yeah.
with the $6,000 to the T. You know,
did
so
good, you know. Got two twins graduate. I mean, the twins are about to graduate, you know, this year. So that money was already well spent.
well, that's just for the people that didn't go out there and didn't exercise their right to vote and do everything. You can't complain after the fact. That's why coming up next we're gonna have someone that we know actually that will be able to hope will make a difference in this community. But Kathy Washington, happy birthday to you, happy birthday. You can't sing with me. Okay, you are wrong,
Kathy. I'm not even going to act like I know how to sing, okay?
All right.
Happy birthday, though. I pray that the Lord bless and keep you today, that his face shine upon you, and that he lift his countenance up to you and give you peace today.
Thank you. I received.
Man,
Yeah. Happy
Kathy, how can anybody reach out to you? What's your contact information?
Absolutely. 1-800-988-9184. 1-800-988-9184. You can certainly reach out to me on my social media handles at Impact Life Now. What it's about, make an impact.
Amen. All right, Kathy, we excited to hear from you, and we'll see you again on next month. Everyone who's watching, Kathy Washington comes on every fourth Saturday of the month. So we will see
Thank you.
soon. And again, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We'll be right back. Master Baker Sierra Crudup, owner of Delicious Sweets Bake Shop and Craven Cookies, located at 203 South Washington Street in Saginaw, Michigan, inside of the SVRC Marketplace. If you're looking for delicious sweets, this is the place to stop in. They specialize in homemade desserts and one-of-a-kind custom cakes. They can be reached at 248-836-8080 or dsibakeshop.com.
Hey, Metro Detroit, it's me, Tune Up Man, along with Joe Longhammer and Regina, the queen of car loans at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet in Waterford.
If I'm looking for a new car and I have $500, Regina, what can you do for me?
I'll take your $500 and turn it into $1,000.
But there's a catch, right?
That's right. I can only handle 25 of these deals each month.
Hurry before those 25 deals are gone.
Call or text 248-266-9875. I'll get you approved.
And we are back, and we are super excited. We have in the studio with us today Regina Campbell. Listen, she is running for the new District 6. Come on, y'all.
New
District 6. And so here we are this morning. Miss Campbell, good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning
Good
to you.
morning.
How are you this morning?
I'm fabulous. How's everyone?
We're
Happy
doing
Saturday.
well. It is Saturday, too. Listen,
So we appreciate her getting up this early.
I know, right?
What time do you get up?
5.
Oh, okay, so you was
I
up.
was up at 5 and went back to sleep.
Oh, okay.
That's all
But
right.
yeah, I did get up at 5.
I'd be wanting to go back to sleep, too.
Yeah, I had to.
So Regina, I've been knowing you for up 10 years. Actually, I went to school with you, but for people that really don't know you,
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about who you are.
Okay, so Regina K. Campbell,
K?
K,
What's the K stand for?
K-A-Y.
K-A-Y.
Yeah,
K.
that's her middle name.
Oh, I thought you said K, like
K. It
K
is.
with a period.
initial K.
But
period.
no, she's saying K-A-Y.
K-A-Y.
My mother's middle name was K. Yeah, that's special this morning.
Regina, got a K. So, so my maiden name is Jackson.
Okay.
Regina K. Jackson. Married young at 18.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 4 great sons, a daughter. I have 3 grandsons and 1 on the way, another son. And again, born and raised here in Pontiac, graduate of Pontiac Northern High School.
Huskies.
That's right, Huskies.
I ain't even gonna say that because I'm Chiefs all day up in here, but I'm gonna be still.
Well, I was a chief for 2 years.
See, you
And
know
I went
what's
over to
up.
the Husky side.
She came on the real side. The
Mm,
Huskies.
mm. When y'all was in school, it might have been like that. It wasn't like that when I came up.
Right. Okay. So.
Stay on focus.
Right. So, in high school, I was very active. Sports, in the community.
Sport.
Sports.
What'd you play?
Basketball, volleyball, a little bit of softball,
Okay.
track.
All 4 teams.
Listen. Volleyball.
Volleyball,
Track.
track, basketball. Oh, I'm missing the
Hold on.
4th one.
I don't know.
That was enough.
So, Regina, I'm excited, though. I'm excited. You're running for District 6. So, I want to jump right in here because I want to know what specific plans do you have for District 6, the new District 6?
Well, let's kind of take it back just a step.
Mm-hmm.
We want to make sure everyone understands the role of the city council.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so a lot of times we watch the city council, we watch the administration, the city council. Sometimes they're like at each other.
Mm-hmm.
So our role, what my role would be if I'm elected, would be to approve the budget, to create laws, the ordinances, have a voice for the people, and work with the administration to make the city better. Now, when we talk about the east side, we have a lot of blight. My charge is that I want to look for housing. I want to be more proactive with housing, blight removal, development, small businesses, and just being at the table for the people, the bare necessities, trash removal, street cleaning.
So, Gina, why do they call it the new District 6?
Yeah.
I'm from Pontiac, but I don't
Me
live in
too.
Pontiac, but I'd rather die from Pontiac because, I love my community. But why is it called District 6? Because I thought it was, I thought district was Mike McGinnis, actually district.
Currently, it is District 7,
Okay.
which is the east side. When the new charter was approved, the voters approved it.
Regina,
Yes.
lean in a little closer.
Lean in a little closer.
Yeah.
I'll
Gotcha.
bring it to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so there you go.
Or pull it up a little bit. Yeah, there you go.
How's
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happens is when the new charter was approved, they merged to have 6 districts, and I don't know all of the moving parts of it, but what I do know is that they did that. I believe the state was a state requirement that they redistrict to have at least 10,000 people in each district, and so when they did the redistricting, there was a choice between map A and B. The citizens voted for map A, which combined part of the Harrington Hills, anything south of University, and then the east side together. I don't know all of the boundaries between it, but that created the new District 6. So I was raised in Harrington Hills, which is currently District 5. And of course, my business and family business and all that is in District 7. So when they married the two, it was a perfect opportunity for me to run for the city that I love.
So that's how we got the new one there.
That's how we got the new one.
So I've been watching you, well, I want to say closely here and there on your page and the things you've been doing. And when I look at it, you should have been running years ago, because you have been putting those, like, you know how you put those nuggets out, being involved with the community and the things that you're doing. But why now? Why is the perfect time now for you to actually say it's my turn? It's my turn.
That's right.
Oh, Lord.
It was a
That's
journey.
Diana Ross.
But you know what I knew years ago, before my dad passed, I told him I was going to be running for a position. I wasn't for sure what. And he was like, baby, don't do it.
Wow.
But then he said, well, when you're ready, make sure you're ready to do it. And so at the time when him and I were having the discussion, I was not ready. But my life's journey has now prepared me for it, because I have been in the trenches.
Amen.
I've been to the high, I've been to the low, I've been in the valleys. I've seen a lot, not just in Pontiac, but throughout Oakland County. And Wayne County. So I think now that I have gained some wisdom, been in the trenches, know how to solve some problems, and it's time. And with that seat being vacant, that's an opportunity. Whoever gets in that seat has to be ready to lead and has to have a vision.
That's good. So, Regina, how will you ensure, though, that District 6 gets its fair share of city resources and development opportunities?
Again, through policies, the ordinances, the law. We need to, one of the things, the current city council, done a great job. We have a lot of ordinances that we need to tweak or needs to be changed to better serve the community at large. And so we have to be very, very mindful of the ordinances that are going in place, the planning, the zoning, making sure that there's an opportunity for all, not for a few.
I'm going to be honest, just as a City of Pontiac resident, I know Regina was ready to jump in there.
But go ahead.
As a City of Pontiac residents, we have a lot of people running. We got a lot of going on in our city. And so I'm like, listen, as we are bringing people in and listening to them and what they want to do, just what makes you different?
Well, before I decided that I was going to run for this position, because I didn't want to run or be a candidate for the East Side just based off of saying, oh, I think it's time for me to run. So I did my due diligence to see where we're at with the city for real. If I'm going to take the charge of running for housing, will we have a budget for that? Is it money for roads? What do we do for our roads? For education, how do we help the educational system? So I took the time to look into some areas to see where can I bring value and how can we make sure that if we don't get it all done, we'll be making movement forward and making some improvements in those areas.
Regina, what are your one of your strengths that you have because you have a business, correct?
I do.
And so one of your strengths, being a business owner, that you're going to be able to bring to this city and to actually help the people because you said small businesses. You're a small business, right? You do a lot of things. And what can you bring that's your strength that you have in your business you're going to be able to give to the community or our people?
So for our people, for our local
Local,
businesses
yes,
is what
thank
we're
you.
speaking of, because we have a lot of contractors, we have a lot of businesses that come from outside of our community and thrive and create generational wealth for their families. My vision is that as we move forward, that we create ordinances, which is a law, not a executive order, because that's executive orders when the administration leave, the executive orders leave. So we need laws. So my vision is to have some laws on the books, some ordinance that will support small businesses for grants, for local participation, for inclusion. And we definitely need to have someone in our government that will monitor that to make sure that they're compliant as we continue to develop in the community, because we've got a lot of development going on here in the community.
Yeah.
A lot, especially on the east side.
Yeah. And, I heard Regina say that your boots been on the ground for a while. You've been very active, but how do you plan on engaging with the persons in the area, the citizens in that area on a regular basis to form like relationships so that they can actually see you in the capacity of what you say you're running for?
Boots on the ground,
Yeah.
grassroots. I have volunteered with the NAACP. We do a lot of advocacy work. I've been in boots on the ground with Kano Phillips, with the Ascend Foundation, with the youth, and I'll continue that. When I door knocked, it was so amazing to see how many people knew who I was through relationship with my dad or my sister or just Jean's Rib Shack, right?
Jeans Rib Shack.
And now
Still in the community.
I would love
Yeah,
to have some
yeah.
Jeans Ribs.
I
Some
can
of
taste
that
it right now.
barbecue. Remember that barbecue when they was on university, baby?
And then we have, what also has happened is that when I went to school, I worked with Alt Construction. And so I was out in the community a lot and working with the community. And then I branded myself with Alt. And then as I moved forward with Genesis Construction, which is my company. So we I partnered with PDSI Contractors. We did the senior centers upgrades. And so it kept us in the light in the community. So now, as I walk through, I get tons of people. Regina, I need a bathroom done. Regina, I need a roof.
That's real good, though.
The churches are calling. So
Yeah.
So how does that make you feel that you can go and people are already asking you ahead of time what they need
it's a
and they
great
know who you are?
it's a great feeling. But one thing that I've learned, I went through the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program back in 2019, COVID time. It was a great program. What I learned was that in order for you to grow capacity, you've got to work on your business and not be in the business all the time. Being a long ranger, meaning Regina's pulled over here, Regina's trying to do this estimate, do this bid, do this walkthrough. It takes a team. So
Yeah.
in order for me to be as productive and grow with capacity and be able to reach back and grab someone else, I have to have a team.
That's good. No man is an island by themselves.
Amen.
That is good.
It won't
But talk to us about work-life balance, because now you have your own personal business, and then you have you're running for New District 6. How do you do or exercise work-life balance so you can show up and be present at your best capacity?
Prayer,
Of course.
power of prayer,
Of course.
and then family, very supportive.
Yeah.
I was told there was a panelist that did an event at forget this church over here on Weston, Pastor Tolbert.
Trinity.
Trinity. One of the panelists said that if you are struggling at home, you're going to have a double fight.
Yeah.
So keeping the balance and family being very supportive is, and then having people around me in my inner circle, because I'm not I don't have a lot of people in my inner circle. Never been one to have a lot of people in my inner circle. But having people that is positive that will pull your coattails, such as Mrs. Matthews,
Oh yeah.
such
Jean.
as Jean Matthews,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
and some of the other golden opportunity
The
seniors,
senior saints.
saints.
Well, those saints are the one that will get you in. They'll show up for
They'll
you.
show up.
If they love you, they're going to show up.
They
And
will.
they're going to get their kids and their grandkids and their grandkids and their kids. They'll get
Yeah.
their family to show up for you.
Yeah, but they'll also check you where you stand. That's why I love it.
Absolutely.
And so that's where the community piece comes in. And so you're out here, you're doing the work. So let's just, for the new District 6, what's the first thing you're going to do if elected?
Blight. I
Okay.
think the first thing we would look
Okay.
into is blight, and then I've already had some conversations as to me, not as an elected official, me as an advocate, an advocacy space, just seeing where we're at with housing repairs,
Yeah.
upgrades, and seniors. We really need to tap in with our seniors for lawn cutting, chore providers, and things like that. So
That's real good.
I think also I would love to take off running with the East Corridor, and doing some beautification or upgrading. You know, we've got a lot of development coming on down that corridor. And so I'd like to see some upgrades and just listen to the people. The people is really whom I'm representing. So
I'm looking at your campaign topic. It says, "Power belongs with the people. Together we can build a future where we have every voice is heard and every neighborhood is empowered." What exactly does that mean to you?
but if the voters come out, when people speak, when we collaborate, when we join forces, there will be change.
Yeah.
And your point in case this morning, your show, people voted to see what we got in office, right? And so the same thing may happen here.
Yeah.
When we vote, we have to know who we're voting for. We have to know the candidate's vision, their longevity, their will for the people.
That's good too. Just even their character too.
Yes.
And so what I love about even as citizens, we have the opportunity to research folks. We have the opportunity to follow them and see exactly what they're doing. But sometimes I notice that we vote by name or what sounds familiar, or because we've seen pictures, because we are creatures of habit. If we see be in the driver's seat all day, every day, riding by it, if being in the driver's seat is running for something, guess what we're going to do? We're going to vote because we're familiar with what we see. But now we're learning, even in our current administration, we're learning that some of the things that, that may should have happened are not happening. And so now we're seeing the fallout of a lot of things. So with that being said, there has been a lot of negative things happening. Well, spoken about Pontiac. There's a lot of disgruntled people in areas. How can you ensure that the people you serve will not only, if they have issues, how can issues get resolved?
That's a good question. Issues can get resolved by, like I said, a collaborative effort. If someone's complaining about trash pickup, got DPW. I know DPW has been working on finding a facility, which then will alleviate a lot of the issues that they have with some of the delays that they have. Just putting things in place so that we can be very, very functional and more proactive than reactive. I think in order for us to...
I love that, proactive instead of reactive.
Yeah.
I really love that because we see a lot of people reacting.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. And so it's unfortunate, but at this point, the city of Pontiac has made, in my opinion, has made a lot of great changes throughout the community. As we look at, this was the first year that I can remember that the snow removal on my street and also on several other arteries that come into the community were clean. And I can remember seeing the guy coming out with the truck, and I was like, you may need to go back down that street again. He turned around and went back down. That was...
Oh, you told him that?
Yeah.
And he did it?
Very
He
nice.
did.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah.
That's very
He was
nice
like,
of
I
him.
got
That's a
you.
change.
He said, I got you. Yeah, I mean, we've got some people, and a lot of that is because we've got a lot of employees that are city, local employees, right? That care about our community, that care about our people.
That's real good. Wow. So I'm excited, Regina. Even as I hear you talk, I can hear your passion and I can see that you're really wanting to make a change. You're really wanting to get things done in our city. And for that, I'm very thankful. So, you have this opportunity now to talk to voters. What is it something that you want to say to the voters right now?
I would say to the voters, as we move forward throughout our great city of Pontiac, there are a lot of people that are running for mayor, that are running for city council, that are running for the library board. When you get ready to vote, please do your research because the next 4 years is going to be challenging under the circumstances of who the executive leader is right now.
Yeah.
So we have to be very, very mindful and know what you want from a candidate. Look and see what values you see in that candidate and their track record and where they've been and how they've been in the community. We just have to be very mindful of that.
What are some ways right now that you're actually what I know it's your time. Your dad said, don't do it, right? Why now? And what in your mind, what do you think if your dad was here, right? What do you think he would say right now to you?
Oh, my dad would say, he used to call me his $1 million baby. He would say, "You my $1 million baby. Keep running, keep doing what you're doing." At the time when we had that conversation, I was not ready. He used to tell me all the time, "You may need to slow down a little bit because you're doing too much." And I took that advice of his, right? I took his advice. He would say, "This is the time. You've been in the trenches." And I listened to his stories when he was coming up, when he moved from Alabama to here. He was a GM worker.
Shout out to GM.
That's right, the auto workers. But he did share his story on how when he decided he wanted to be an entrepreneur, the struggles that he had, the challenges, the roadblocks that were put up. But he had a vision. And my dad had a 4th grade education. And he would say this all the time. "Oh, I only got a 4th grade education. I'm not going to be able to do this. And I would look at him and say, "You have done more with
Somebody
your
with 5 degrees.
Exactly. But he had a vision, right? He had a vision, and his vision created wealth, generational wealth
Yes.
for me,
Yeah.
for my sister, for my kids,
Yeah.
opportunity for the barbershop guys that's working at the barbershop,
Yeah.
Riley's Catering that's in Jean's Rib Shack right now,
Yeah.
and of course the construction company.
Yeah.
He has created opportunity with a 4th grade education, but he had a vision. And that's what people have to look at. People with a vision, but then have a plan, because you can have a vision,
Yeah.
But you don't have a
don't
plan.
have a plan. But he had a plan, and he was a great provider
Yeah.
and had a plan
I love
and
that you-
support.
Yeah, I love that you said that because we tend to go back to scripture that says write the vision, right, and make it plain. But I came up with a tagline: write the vision, but work the plan. And so I love that your dad, even though he didn't see himself as the 12th grade graduate, guess what? He did a lot. I've met your dad. I talked to your dad. I remember, like I said, I'll forever remember Jean's Rib Shack. My whole entire family was there, right? And so what he did is he opened the door for not just for you, but for your family, and then you were able to open the doors for others. That's legacy.
That's legacy.
And entrepreneurs being that small business because people watched
Yeah.
and they still paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked hard to keep that. My sister and I, we worked. My son is a partner with me now in the business, and so it is generational, right?
Yeah.
My kids understand, and they see it through me and through their dad. They understand the importance of owning a home, and that's what
Yeah.
we've got to get our younger generation and some of our older generation to understand, that home ownership legacy is something that we should all be striving for.
Yes, ma'am.
And with the communities thriving the way it should, then we should be able to leave legacy for our family. We should own our own homes. We shouldn't have, there's a place for renters, there's a place for apartments. We need it in our community.
Yeah.
They call it Misty Middle Housing. We need it in our community, but we need home ownership.
Yeah. So, Regina, for all the voters now, I know you told them some things, but is there any lasting points that you want to leave?
There is.
Okay.
Glasses on here.
You know what? It's always good to watch someone that you actually grew up with. I think, what year did you graduate, Gina?
88.
88. Ooh,
What year did
oldest
you
one in the
graduate?
room.
Yeah.
Did you graduate?
Shayna graduated 86.
Yeah.
Bev,
But
80.
it's always good to see someone that you grew up with,
Mhm.
to watch the growth and watch the things that actually have happened in her life.
Yeah.
So that's very important.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I would say that for Regina K. Campbell, who's going to be on the ballot for August the 5th primary election, vote for me. Vote for me because of the vision, because of the journey that I've been on, because of the will for me to work for the family, for the community. You know, I think that people need to understand that when you vote for someone, that's a commitment.
Yeah.
Not just on voting day. That's a commitment to come out to support on the issues and bring a friend, bring a neighbor, bring the community, because that is the way we will get results.
That's good. Well, y'all heard it here first. Regina K. Campbell, a candidate for Pontiac City Council, the new District 6.
A new District 6.
So y'all heard it here first. So we thank you so much for joining us on the show today. It has been really good.
Thank you for
we
having
really enjoyed
me.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
For having me.
So, all right. Well,
So hope everybody enjoyed the show. You can go back, you can watch it on our YouTube page, Be in the Driver's Seat. And also you can watch out for our reels that we get from our producer.
shout out to us.
Shout out to him. Yes.
Yes. And also, y'all stay tuned. August the 5th.
August the 5th.
August the 5th.
August
That's
the
the date.
5th. That's the date.
And
So,
new District 6.
Yes.
And
District 6.
what do you have coming? What you got coming up with your campaign?
We're going to
Anything-
have our big event that's coming up is going to be in June. We haven't got the exact date yet, but this will be our second annual Community Ties Family Vibes event.
Come on, community ties,
Right?
family
I like that. I
ties.
like that twist.
Yeah.
And
All
so
right.
we're going to have that in June,
Okay.
right around the time that the absentee ballots go out.
Mm.
Okay.
And so we want to make sure that we get the community together. We also need to do some voter registration because in doing my petitions, I think I got 147. And out of that 147, there were some that signed, but they weren't registered. And so we have a lot of supporters that want to support, but we have to make certain that they understand it's a process because we all have the right to vote, but you have to register to vote.
Mm.
Yeah. So y'all heard that here. So she's going to have a campaign to help those who are not registered voters to vote. So stay tuned August the 5th for the primary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Get out and vote. You can't
Get out
complain
and
if you
vote.
don't get out and vote.
City of Pontiac, get out and vote.
Let's get the record numbers in the house.
Yeah.
All right.
Happy
Well, happy
Saturday,
Saturday.
Happy Saturday.
Hey, Metro Detroit, it's me, Tune Up Man, along with Joe Longhammer and Regina, the queen of car loans at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet in Waterford.
If I'm looking for a new car and I have $500, Regina, what can you do for me?
I'll take your $500 and turn it into $1,000.
But there's a catch, right?
That's right. I can only handle 25 of these deals each month.
Hurry before those 25 deals are gone.
Call or text 248-266-9875. I'll get you approved.
Hey, Metro.
Master Baker Sierra Crudup, owner of Delicious Sweets Bake Shop and Craven Cookies, located at 203 South Washington Street in Saginaw, Michigan, inside of the SVRC Marketplace. If you're looking for delicious sweets, this is the place to stop in. They specialize in homemade desserts and one-of-a-kind custom cakes. They can be reached at 248-836-8080 or dsibakeshop.com.